Paradox. All right, guys, it's Jahlon, and today we are diving in the deep end, both feet into Fractured. Now, this is going to be a little different than the other ways I make videos. Usually I do videos methodically, A to B to C. I'm not doing that today. I do have a little background information on Fractured up there in the corner if you're just hearing about this game. But today I want to tell you the secret to Fractured's class system. You ready? The secret is there is no organized class system. I know it's kind of unique. It's kind of amazing. They are trying to do a sandbox sort of thing with their classes. That doesn't mean there's not any rules. There are a few rules you have to follow, but who doesn't like rules? But what there isn't is a fixed path of development that unlocks skills or skill levels tied to character levels, where you basically feel like you are going to grow up to be an identical clone of every other max level character of your class. And there isn't just some minor choice, like choices in specs or minimal options, where you get some choice, but not full choice. So you are basically going to grow up like every other max level character of your class because you want to fit in the meta. What there is a very well thought out planned system for both abilities and talent points. And while these may be similar in some of their mechanics, they are quite different in how they affect your character. But know this, there is no passive leveling, there is no getting to max level just by doing passive tasks like crafting or gathering. Now I could go down the rabbit hole here and I could start talking about knowledge points and how you get abilities and all different sorts of other stuff, but that's going to be a video on its own. And when it's done, when that video is done, it will have appeared right up there in the corner. For now, all I have to say is that to learn new abilities, you have to go out and kill things. You have to kill the same thing many, many times in order to learn abilities. Good? Okay. So inside Fractured, we have our abilities and our talent points. To unlock either of these, we are going to need knowledge points. Now, like I said, these two systems are a little different, so we're actually going to start with talent points first. So when you come into talents and you buy a talent point, it's a permanent purchase. You then can assign it to any of these 6 starting areas and work your way out. You accumulate more and more talent points, which gives you more and more tweaks for your character. Now, how is this different from other games? Well, interestingly enough, in presets, we can save up to 5 different presets. So say you have a build when you are solo maging, and then you have a build for when you are a group play mage. You might also have one when you're ranger, or you might have one when you're a tank. You can quickly set all of these, and as long as you rest near a house or a town's fire, you can easily switch between them. All you have to do is memorize your preset. Now, these talent points start at 2,000 points apiece, 2,000 knowledge points apiece, and they grow very quickly. In my case, I'm already up to 3,500 knowledge points per. But these are great for building up and developing your character, and it's going to require a lot of engagement on your part. These are how you do your tweaks. Your character becomes more and more powerful, but you can't go crazy because you are going to need some of these knowledge points in order to buy your abilities. Now, on abilities, yes, guys, I am going to do a couple more Fractured videos. If it's up there in the right-hand corner, then it's done. If not, we jumped in both feet today. We're going to learn some stuff we're going to learn out of order, or the video would be like 35 minutes long. So, just like with talent points, you need to spend knowledge points on abilities, but abilities aren't specific to each spec. Once you unlock an ability, you unlock it, and these get expensive. What I've been waiting all day to do is I've been waiting all day to buy Cobweb, so I'm going to go ahead and buy this now. And as you can see, this one ability takes 2,500 knowledge points for me to learn. But now that I've done that, it is a permanently available ability for all of my presets. Just like talent points, you can have a number of different ability presets. However, there's a couple of things that you need to keep in mind. First of all, you only have 30 memory points when it comes to your abilities. And some of these abilities start to get expensive. So I have Cobweb and Fireball, and those are each 6. My Totem of Wildfire is 6, and my Firebolt is 2. So I'm already at 20 of my 30 abilities. I want to grab my couple of heals that I have, and luckily, I come in under my 30 points. But what I couldn't do is I couldn't say add protection from fire, because as you see the blinking red, I simply don't have enough memory left to pull in this last ability. And remember, I said there were some rules. There are rules that factor in with your ability choices. As I cursor over here, you'll notice that this ability pops up with allowed weapons, mage or unarmed, and allowed armor light. When I come down here, and a mistake I had made, I unlocked Net Trap thinking that it was entangling web. And Net Trap requires me to use a melee or ranged weapon or be unarmed. And I can use light or medium armor. Now, I will say this. When I put the wrong ability on my bar, and I will put that there, and I will save this preset and give me 1 second to get squared away. A little quick spec change, and you will notice down here that 4 of my abilities are lit up and they're usable. But that Net Trap isn't usable because its weapon is melee or ranged, and I'm using a mage staff. What I can do is I have 3 weapon choices. So when I tab, I change weapons. You will notice all of my required weapons mage go dark. But since I'm technically using a light melee weapon, I can now use Net Trap. So this is one way that you can have multiple abilities from multiple specs if you tab through. However, you can't quickly change through armor. So if the ability you were looking at has a armor requirement, you are definitely going to not want to mix and match your options if an ability is going to be locked out due to armor. And so for today, guys, that is it. There are a ton of other things I can talk about in Fractured, and during this alpha cycle, I am going to try to get a couple of other videos made, but I'm really in love with the fact that this is an open world sandbox game that really feels sandboxy. It is an MMORPG, and I feel that Dynamight Studios is really putting the role back onto the player. So they let the player find the role they want to fill, not the Trinity, not the tank, ranger, mage, but you kind of build your character out exactly how you want. One big thing that I do feel is that with your ability to have that choice, that tweaking, no preset trees, it's not going to be like WoW where you feel you need to have 3, 4, 5 characters depending on what you want to play for the day. If you want to heal today, just change your talent tree into a healer tree or load your pre-saved one at a Heartfire. I do want to get back into alpha testing. I do owe you guys a couple other videos. I know a lot of you are interested. I know we got a lot of things going on. So let me get out of here. Let me go work on that. And if you guys got questions about Fractured, join me Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. I'm streaming 4 days a week now, and Fractured is in alpha testing, so Fractured is on the menu. I will see you guys then. What are you still doing here? Nobody ever stays this long. This is the end screen. Anyway, since you're still here, say thank you to all the patrons whose names are going up the right-hand side of the screen, and check out all the stuff that just appeared, like the other videos. Take care.